Hello, my friends. I miss y'all on the weekends, but I do have to take the weekends to film other content, and it's kind of where I catch up because during the week, I really just dedicate myself to filming these daily tutorials. So if you ever wondered why I don't do them on the weekends, I have to catch up sometime. It is my absolute favorite day of the week, Feral Monday, and I actually had a request to recreate one of my old looks. It's really cool when y'all want to see looks that I've done. I love doing other artists' work, but it's so cool when you go, hey, I loved this look, and it's my look, and I'm like, oh my God, you actually liked it. It just warms my heart. I'm gonna quit squawking and I'm gonna show you the look. So here is the look. Honestly, I think this is from 4 or 5 years, probably 5 years ago now. This is from a while ago. Very heavy wing. I'm pretty sure that's blue eyeshadow. I remember the look. But it's a very soft, very smoky blue, warm crease. This is golden hour, so it turns everything golden. But let's do it. Nude lip. I'm excited. Gotta start with that clean canvas. I'm just resting here. Feral Monday is kind of my day to just sit here and just absolutely play in makeup, and I take my time. I love it. With Jean. Honey baby. Oh, my heavy breather. Oh, he's taking a bath. Extra heavy breathing while that bath is going on. If you're new here, welcome. And all of those noises are from an extra large, snuggly, wuggly orange cat. I guess you want to see him, don't you? I literally just asked him to come here. And he came immediately. He honestly, he's a dog. Oh, he's just a big old boy. Look at that circle. Look, do you hear these purrs? These are some good purrs. Let me scoot closer. Hang on, that's a big cat. Oh, he's got big cheeks. Now, he was absolutely feral, and I only say that because he has a lot of damage over here. He's perfectly fine, but he did have injuries before I got him. Yes, now he doesn't have any more injuries. He just has kisses and injuries. So, there you can see his eye. But this is what he does all day long. This is what he would want me to do, but I have to do makeup. For this look, we're gonna need to get this back out in a second. We actually might need to get the white one out. That feels about right. So let's keep the white one close by, but we're not there yet. I feel nostalgic today and I want to use MAC eyeshadow. So I'm actually gonna start with MAC Soft Brown and Malt. I'm gonna show them to you. I'm getting them out. Okay, I'll just show them here. So this is Soft Brown. And then I'm gonna go into a little bit of Malt. And we're gonna do quite a bit of it on an E28. And we're just going to start pressing that across the upper crease. Now we are going to have to do a little bit of a cut crease. I'm grabbing more of the same exact shades. We're going to have to do a little bit of a cut crease, and the reason why is because to get that definition, I'm going to need to carve through here later. So I don't need to worry about the precision. I don't need to flip it towards the ceiling because I'm going to come back and do all of that work later because there is so much precision in the front part of this look. Now over here, there isn't as much precision, so we can just kind of go to town over here. Let's go ahead and put a little bit extra soft brown, just soft brown, on the outer part here. You can still hear Jean Bean purring. So I just remembered that I have a palette. It's a Spicy Price palette, but my goodness, this formula, one of the best formulas of eyeshadow. I should have just grabbed this, but I went over there to my little shelf and I found this, and this is exactly the vibes. The only thing we're gonna need is a black eyeshadow. This is going to be what's going on next. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna grab this, but notice that we switched to a much smaller brush now because when we get into these types of colors, we need precision. So we're gonna tilt our head back and we're just going to start to layer this. If you've never tried Viseart, they're amazing. And they have ones this size, they have little minis. If you don't want to invest, because I understand not everybody wears eyeshadow every single day, but they do have little minis. We're just gonna keep tapping that, but most of it is on the outer part of the eye. And then from here, I just tilt my head back and all I did was press. The brush kind of does the work for you. Just keep building it up though on the outer part. And then we'll start to transition. All right, friends, now we actually need a black eyeshadow, any black eyeshadow, and that's gonna go in the deepest part. And it's basically gonna turn that blue into just a whisper. Now Doug's breathing heavy. Everybody, actually Doug's snoring. So about 4 years ago, I feel like all I used to do was just absolutely feral looks. And I miss doing them. See how when I relax my eye, you're not seeing all of that? I'm gonna push some right here too, shade. But if you've been here a while, you know to trust the process. And if you haven't, trust the process. See how pretty all of these transitions are? We're gonna blend the black just a smidge, and I'll show you. But do you see how pretty all of these transitions are now? Ooh, that's nice. Now we gotta visit Sheila for a second. And if you're new here, I don't want to hear one word about, ew, that looks nasty. Listen, Sheila gets a bath every 3 or 4 days, sometimes even more. But I've had Sheila for many years now. I'm actually losing track of the time. I didn't even realize that I did the look that I'm doing right now in 2019. And I've had this since 2015. And do you know how many Halloweens Sheila has seen? I don't even know what this was. This was probably a vampire. This over here, I saw green. That was from the Pop Alien Princess that I did. So there's a lot of Halloween makeup staining here. Now that our brush is wiped off, and remember, the brushes, they don't absorb a lot of the product. So we're able to kind of switch back and forth and even do more blending. So it didn't absorb all of that black eyeshadow that we just used. But I'm just gonna tap it ever so lightly into the blue. And I'm using the middle of the brush to do this, just because I have a little bit more precision. We don't want this black eyeshadow to get too wild, and it will. That's what it wants to do. There we go, that already looks nice and diffused. We'll do this eye now. Where you blend on the brush really, really matters. If I wanted to do a little bit quicker blend, I would use the side, but I really need to stay precise, so I am going to be using the center or the middle, right in the middle of the E27. Listen, this micellar water right here with the pink cap, it will completely dry down. But look, I want you to see that I'm only going to use that much, and I probably won't use all of it. Please don't call me wasteful. It's still such a small amount. So I am just going to leave it here in my hand, and we're coating a C30. I coated both the back and the front. And then you might wonder, why didn't you just leave the base off of this area? It's almost impossible when we're going to do this much blending. So we're not going to worry about that. But what we are going to do is very quickly, do you see how quickly? We're going to clean this lid space up. Do you see that coming together already? And then I'm just going to wipe it here. Wipe my brush, see that? Pick up more of the micellar water. Nope, not wasteful. I'm going to be able to use all of it. And we'll just keep cleaning. And then we stop. See how that's starting to come together? I know most of you might still be like, it's terrifying. But I mean, you can start to see. And we're going to keep cleaning it up. I am going to clean it up just a little bit more. The same exact technique you just saw. But I'm trying to find my C30. It has RUNNOFT. We'll get to that in a second. But these kind of looks, it's truly about just having faith in yourself and just learning techniques that you know you're going to get to. I knew that it was going to get to this point because I knew all of the techniques to get here. Listen, it's Feral Monday, so I get to just go wild. Normally, I don't palette hop during the rest of the week, and then I don't really use two bases at once, but it's Feral Monday, and it's my time to just sit and play in makeup. So I am going to grab the white clean canvas, grab it on a C30. This is actually the same C30, but it was able to dry down quick enough to where I can actually apply the base with it. And we'll just go right where we cleaned up. This is going to be completely covered. And you could just use a lighter base, but I want it to really, really pop because we're going to use peach on the lid. Fun, right? Now, I used the shade medium with this, so it might add just a little bit of color, but it doesn't matter because it's still going to be extremely light and extremely peach, and that's what we're going for. But what I'm doing here is just making sure that this base is extremely even on my lid. This brush really makes a difference with that. I have to palette hop one more time. We're going to grab this shade from this palette. I'm going to start with this shade, and I'm just going to press it all over the lid. I might actually have to switch to an E27 too for more precision, but let's kind of get this color laid down. And then in a moment, but really quickly, I'll show you right now, we're going to switch to that one and just really lighten up that peach. And that looks like the color I have on my lid. So this is the same E27 that we used for the black eyeshadow. We're going to go into these two colors. I'm just going to mix them and we're going to start to pack that on the rest of that base. I'm using the side so I can really press it into that base. That way it's nice and set. And then I want to brighten the inner part, so I'm just going to grab that color. That seems to be what I did in that video. It's actually a screenshot of a video that I showed y'all. Make sure all of that's set. Now take a little bit of the blue eyeshadow that we started with, the one from Viseart, and we're just going to start to tap that with the E27, start to tap it into the peach. And then I would have used this liner from Pretty Vulgar. Pretty sure that I would have. I loved this liner, and that's a whopping wing. That was just a whopper that day. But you know what I didn't have then? I didn't have an E26. I wanted an E26. I knew I did. So I didn't look at it with my eyes open. Y'all are about to learn something and how to fix things. Notice that it doesn't come as far down here, the blue, or the darker color that I remember using. We're gonna have to clean up in there. We can do it. And we're actually just gonna take clean canvas. I'll just go right here and we can go right on top of that, no big deal. Luckily we don't have our foundation on. So it's really, really, really open. I should have checked that. But all you would do is you wouldn't bring that color down this way. It's much easier to avoid. All we would do is, it's actually even easier. We're just creating a larger space there. See, we can fix anything. Makeup is not scary. It's just about knowing how to control things. And I just grabbed, I think I grabbed shade Fair. We could have grabbed white again. I just grabbed this one. But I remember doing this because we're going to really draw down in here in a second. want y'all to see. Okay, now we need our C30. Smooth it out. And now we grab our E27 and we just pack that same color on again. As long as we set this, it's not going to mess anything up. Using the side to really pack that color on. Please keep in mind what I just did is not the technique I recommend. That's the fixing technique. I just didn't realize that I had really opened this area up here. So we would have corrected all that with the micellar water, not the way I just did it. So this is fun. I actually have that style of lashes I'm wearing there. These are from Lava Beauty in the style Flirty Faux, or Faux Flirty. So while I was filming this weekend, I reached for this, and I absolutely loved this last summer, but there's always something new coming out that I know I need to try because y'all ask me. It's what we do here, but y'all, this foundation's amazing. And I've done a wear test for this. I think I did 2 wear tests for this, honestly, because I think I did one that was an ad. I remember doing an ad, but then I had already done one prior that was not an ad I did for myself. It's so good. It's so thin and it lasts so long. I will say, because this is a long wearing foundation, this color is going to look a little bit yellow. So when you go to purchase this, or if you want to go check this out, wait for it to completely dry so you can see that color. It needs to completely dry before you make your decision. That's my biggest thing that I need to tell you, but it is so skin-like and so buildable and lasts. It lasts. That's so pretty. Ooh, and if you want to build it up before it completely dries down, because again, once it dries down, it sets. So do work in sections and work a little quickly. It's not like a race, you won't be in a rush, but just know that once you start your foundation, you can't stop your foundation. That's a good way to put it. Brush is coming soon. Let's grab our foundation on our E29, the fluffier brush, and we're going to take it through here, take it across there, melt that in even more. When you see me do something like this, I'm picking up any excess foundation and I'm just going to take it through the center. I was also able to try this over the weekend. This is from Makeup Revolution. I picked this up at Ulta. And this is their IRL concealer. I love the foundation. The shade I have is my summer shade though. So we'll get back to that soon. I also like the wand. I feel like you can really clean up things with the wand. I'll put a little here for some extra coverage. It's very close to my skin tone. And I like that. It's a very, very, very thin formula, which we talk about a lot. We love that. And you're gonna see me take it in here too to really open up that area, because we're gonna be drawing a wing out this way. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's part of the reason I'm not going into too much detail with complexion today. We'll go into detail tomorrow. You know that we always do refreshers. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm feeling wild today. I really wanna see that pink come through, so I'm grabbing my Huda Cherry Blossom. And woo, you just saw, we need to make sure this is nice and smooth before we set it. And then we'll go right in. Set the side of the nose. I'm just gonna let this run so you can kind of see that technique. And once I have the under eye done, we can finish the eye. So I'm just going to use whatever's left in the puff and just set the rest of my face lightly. I would have definitely done more coverage back then. I love this bronzer. I did a video, it's gonna be an ad, but it's such a helpful video that I'm excited to post it. So I started in the darkest part here. I'm not gonna go over this too much because it's gonna be in that video. Then we'll grab at the middle, go right above it, and then the lightest shade. And then I'll kind of just use that lightest shade to melt everything together. Now I'm gonna teach you how to do the penguin beak. I call it that because that's what it reminds me of. I love it. Okay, we're gonna need an E26. Gotta have it. There it is. We're gonna take that gel liner from Pretty Vulgar, the one that we use. I'm picking up a very tiny amount. Now, I know that we all have different eye shapes, but I'm very quickly just gonna go over this. As always, I do different videos for everyone, but for right now, what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna look to the side, and you're gonna be able to pull this down so much easier. And once you get past your natural lashes, you can really wiggle it in there. I'm even gonna teach you how to really get it precise. So hang on. But turning to the side, it makes all the difference. Okay, so what we need is a very dry concealer. I know you're thinking, dry? Why would I want a dry concealer? Because we need control to do cleanup work. We can even put some underneath here as well. And it's just going to make it pop even more. And we don't need to set it because it's so dry. Same thing over here. And also, watch this, it's gonna act as a little bit of a guideline. So if I wanna extend even more, it'll kind of keep it in its place. And then a little bit more here. Cool, right? Now I'm pretty sure I still need to grab a pencil for the waterline because I do have white there, but let's try this one out from NYX. That's nice and precise. Sorry, I have to do that to see. See, that concealer, it really and truly, it just acts like a guideline because it's like, stay in the lines because it is so dry. This is a really nice white eye pencil and it's from Beauty Creations, very affordable. I think I have a code with them. Try code ROSE as well. That is fun. Peachy nude. Yeah, that would have been me back then. I want to use this blush. Is this not beautiful? Sephora collection, so affordable. The shade is called Shame on You. Just double checking. Yes, number 1. C41. I did 3 taps. And I'm pretty sure it would have been a peachy color, a peachy pink. This one's a little bit more pink. I feel like it's a little bit more updated, but that bronzer will really pull it peachy. Put a little here where the sun naturally hits, a little across my nose where the sun would naturally hit. This look is so much fun. I can't decide if I had lightened my lid with white eyeshadow, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna grab it on the E27 and we're just gonna lighten this a little bit more. I can't tell because it's in golden hour. You know what? I really stopped doing that for that reason. I didn't ever want anything to be hard to, I guess, tell what it is. And golden hour is so pretty, but you can't really tell what's going on. And the lighting that I use now is as true as seeing me right in person, right in front of you. That's before I got so educational. I did a story tutorial on it but I feel like I've gotten even better at educating. So we're gonna mix Beachy. These are from Dose of Colors. I love these, by the way. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of Plush in the center. Plush is lighter. And then we're going to define with Dose of Colors. This is Nude Mood. Grab that lipstick and you're gonna get a lot more precision this way and a more blended liner and lipstick. And there you have it. Now you know how to do this technique with any color eyeshadow. This would be so pretty in browns. And what I'm saying is kind of this half cut crease situation. That white liner is pretty cool. Also want to mention I didn't put anything underneath here, just the mascara. I love Feral Monday. I love doing makeup like this. I will definitely save this to my highlights. Again, I want to mention that I should have looked at the picture more, but it's from 2019. I had to go search it and I was like, oh, let's do it. So all we would have done is before I added any eyeshadow on my lid, we would have just carved out this way with the micellar water. That's it. Again, I'll do it again. I'll do another version of this. I feel like y'all would want to see that anyways, but it's actually very simple. The thing is with this type of look, it's trusting the process. I love you all so much. I gotta finish editing what I'm posting tonight. Y'all are gonna love it. It's wild, it's fun, it's makeup. Makeup is so much fun. All right, let me go do that. And then I'm probably gonna wash this off and film some more because it's what I love doing. I love you all so much. Get ready for a very spicy week. That being said, tomorrow I usually tone it down. That way everybody feels included. I want there to be something for everyone here. I love you all so much and I'll see you in the comments tonight.